The following video was made possible by the EA Game Changers program. What's up, guys? It's the director and the trumpet monkey.
Hi!
We've got an exciting video for you guys. We got every single power-up card in Madden 20 Ultimate Team. Trumpet Monkey, are you ready?
I'm ready. Every single power-up in the game we got our hands on. It's over 200 of them. There's so many that we had to do 2 videos, director. We're about to run through all of the offensive power-up cards in Madden 20.
With that, boys, let's get going. All right, Trumpet Monkey, let's start with the quarterbacks for power-ups. What do you see here?
Very nice. 10 to choose from, and you couldn't go wrong with any of them. However, I'm going to pick a couple that I recommend people have a look at. The first is going to be A-Rod, just that extreme accuracy, okay? But then the second is going to be a powerhouse with the ball in hand, and that's Cam Newton. If you like to rumble, those are my 2 picks right there. But of course, we have a separate video on who we believe you should be taking at QB, and that's a hint right there, director.
I like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, but that's just me. Let's move on over to the halfbacks. As far as power-ups go, some really, really good options here, guys. Now, I'm going to be biased, but at the same time, everybody was saying how much they loved Melvin Gordon as far as his power-up card. He was absolutely nasty. I'm sure guys like Saquon Barkley and Todd Gurley will perform the same way, but if I had to choose 2 from my experience, Melvin Gordon, nasty juke move, and complemented by Christian McCaffrey as my third down running back.
Catching the ball out of the backfield. Yeah, no, I mean, you can't go wrong with those 2 picks. Interestingly enough, I hate to say it, but we're in agreement. Melvin Gordon for me. If not, though, Tariq Cohen is an absolute steal there. And my God, he played so brilliantly. And you can get him with his core elite of an 80. You can get him powered up to 81, and he plays like he's a 90. It's incredible. So
pay
highly
attention
recommend.
to every one of the halfback strengths and weaknesses and adjust accordingly to your scheme. Some really fun stuff there. David Johnson, will give him a shout out to before we move on to the next position, which will be the faceless heroes of the fullback position.
Oh man, I mean, like, you can't go wrong with any of them, right? Except to say that ultimately, you know, you're lucky if one of these guys makes your team, and I'm a jelly hater right now.
For sure. Honestly, when it comes to fullback, maybe I just pick the fastest guy so he can get to the position I need him to, and that's it. But we'll see. Maybe just Kyle Juszczyk, and that is it. Next up, Trumpet Monkey, wide receiver. We have 28 options for wide receiver. My God, give me your top 2 right now.
Oh my God, so many. Okay, just bear in mind, guys, the top 2 is gonna surprise you a little bit, but release is really, really important. So, like, without a doubt, we've been saying for a month now with our hands-on experience that Nuke Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins, is the best wide receiver in the game. That remains absolutely true. You can't go wrong there. So if you're gonna go with he's pretty fast too. He's not crazy fast.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go with like a medium speed guy, like Nuke Hopkins, and I think you need to complement that with someone who is pretty fast. So I'm looking at like a Brandon Cooks or a Tyler Lockett there. They're both going to play really, really well, but you got that extra speed. What about you, director?
Honestly, okay, DeAndre Hopkins is obviously going to be my number 1 pick, but putting that aside, if you do want a speedy guy, I'm going to go with Deshaun Jackson. Love seeing him back in that Eagles uni. And then I do want somebody that's more of a possession receiver, somebody that maybe is a little bit taller in the red zone. My next pick is Mike Evans. Yeah,
solid pick. Definitely. You just can't go wrong. Like, he plays that high ball so well in my 20. So, 2 good recommendations here.
Good recommendation. And keep an eye on Julio Jones, too. I played a lot with Julio Jones. He was absolutely nasty. Let's move on over to our next position. Probably maybe both of our favorites, at least my favorite position on the gridiron, tight end. Some solid options here, Trumpet Monkey. I think our consensus picks will probably be the same.
Yeah, it is. And we both love Kittle. But just bear in mind, guys, that like the physics and the physical attributes, like the height and the size, the width of players actually matters a lot. And every single tight end that we played with was a matchup nightmare for linebackers. So like you can't go wrong with any of these 6, and they're all really like big framed good guys as well. But Kittle is our recommendation here, definitely.
Kittle with that high speed. I think I would definitely be tempted with Travis Kelce just because of how he played though, man. He had some crisp route running, and the dude's body was just in the way of every defender. So he came down with some pretty big plays. And I don't think you can really go wrong with any of these guys to start off the year. All right, next up, Trumpetmonkey, linemen. We'll kind of zip through these because, you know, linemen are barely people too. Left tackle, we'll begin with these dudes right here. But, I mean, they're so underappreciated. Even that comment. Linemen are so unappreciated in Madden and on the real-life gridiron.
Yeah.
Who are 2 guys that you would pick from the left tackle spot?
I can tell you right now, they're going to be appreciated after people start playing MUT 20 with this pass rush though, right? So it's true. Okay, from my perspective, and I got a chance to speak to the O-lineman in EA himself, Clint Odenberg, and my pick is Jason Peters. I'm not picking a second. I'll let you pick the second. But he was like, yep, Jason Peters is a monster, and so that's going to be my recommendation right there, Jason Peters.
Honestly, for me, you can't go wrong with any Cowboys offensive tackle.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just because I've been using him for the longest time. I love Joe Staley. I think my pick's going to be Joe Staley.
Yeah, no, he's solid. He's solid. Joe Staley's got that speed as well. But any one of these left tackles is going to have to be an investment. Pick him up, power him up day one, definitely.
Next up, we got left guard. A little bit of slim pickings from some of these offensive tackle positions, but you can't go wrong. I think any of these guys. Who would you pick up here, Trumpetmonkey?
Well, come on. You and I both love Quentin Nelson in that rookie premier card we had all last year. And he's future Hall of Famer. Everyone's touting him. So, I mean, like, that's our pick right there. Like, perennial pick right there. It has to be Quentin Nelson, right?
I think we're both consensus on Quentin Nelson. If you can get your hands on that power-up card, you'll be just fine for a long time in Madden. Next up, the ever so important center position. Kind of the guy, the glue of that offensive line. Some good options here, Trumpetmonkey. I have to assume you're probably going with the Raider in this situation.
Potentially, but I might surprise you. Only because Alex Mack has tremendous awareness. And remember, the higher the awareness of your center, the better your entire O-line plays. Don't forget that. So obviously, if I can get my hands on the Rod Hud, I'm taking him. Otherwise, if I'm spending, it's probably going to be Alex Mack. I'm just throwing it out there, Director. Could be.
I love the logic of the awareness, and I think that's probably the way everybody should shoot for. I'll just go for Jason Kelce because he'll be able to power up a little bit further, starting with a higher overall. And that's literally my logic.
It's true, and he'll give those great motivational speeches in the locker room at halftime if you're getting spanked in mud as well. So.
Get him on the field with his brother, Travis.
It's true.
Next up, we got the right guard position. Again, some solid options here. Who are you going with?
Oh, man. So we've noticed that speed isn't as important as agility. Another gem from Clint Odenberg there, okay? So don't just be focused on the speed. Have a look at the agility as well. But I'm gonna borrow your comment from a couple of linemen ago and say that Zach Martin is a really awesome option to go with here. And I just don't see how you can go wrong by picking a Zach Martin.
I think if you can pick up these linemen, again, we have no idea what the market's going to look like, but if I were to guess, guys like Zach Martin, those high overall power-ups, if you can get them for under like 20K, I think that would be a solid investment using your training points in conjunction on these offensive tackles. Let's round it out with the right tackle, Trumpetmonkey. Some solid group of guys right here. Again, slim pickings. Who are you going with?
Yeah, I know it. And it looks like right tackle is going to be slim pickings to start the year again. But yeah, look, Schwartz and Ramczyk are two really, really solid options here from both like a really nice balance in the run and the pass. What about you, mate?
I actually have to go with Ryan Ramczyk in this situation as well.
Yeah.
Early Madden, I always kind of look in his direction because he's got some of those early boosts that benefit both sides, running and passing. Well, that'll wrap it up for the offensive side of the ball, Trumpetmonkey. Defense coming up right after this as well.
Right, so many awesome cards, and of course we got our hands on all 200 power-ups across both sides of the ball, so that's why we had to make 2 videos. Stay tuned, part 2 is coming up where we make our recommendations for which power-ups to select on the defensive side of the ball. I'm having fun, Director.
Let's go, some exciting stuff this year, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been the Director and the Trumpetmonkey.
Bye.
We'll catch you guys next time. As always, stay frosty.